And now by Lee Dupré. He's a transformation consultant and MD at B-BBEE Innovation. He believes the abuse of BEE is the root cause of political corruption, racial tensions, unemployment, and gender-based violence. Let's talk to Lee now. Lee, good morning. We just played a clip there of one of the sections, actually, the only section where the president mentioned broad-based black economic empowerment directly and saying there's no reverse, there's no going back, and he believes it will help to address deep inequalities in our society. What's your response? I mean, how did you receive that statement by the president last night?
Morning, Dan. Well, yes, we're always happy to hear that the president is still advocating for BEE in spite of a lot of the media attention around other groupings trying to get rid of it. We would have liked to have seen more from him on BEE. But the challenge we usually experience out in the industry on the ground is that BEE is not often implemented as effectively as it should be because it's usually treated like a tick box exercise. And so what we find is that where there are opportunities for BEE to have produced better results, especially the kind of results that the president was focusing on when he spoke about youth businesses and in addressing gender-based violence, because companies don't always take it as seriously as they should, we find that some of the results attained are not nearly as effective as they should be, purely because BEE is not being used properly, usually for political ends and to support cadre deployment.
So how would you propose that the approach should change? The president spoke about accelerating the implementation of BEE, particularly when it comes to ownership, control, and management of the economy.
Yeah, so firstly, you can't just have somebody inside a business as an owner for the sake of BEE points. That's dangerous, and we never advocate for that. So it has to start with skills. You have to upskill and train people, which the BEE scorecard also gives you points for, before you can get them into the correct roles in management, in businesses, and in ownership. Once you use that entire pipeline in the BEE process, you'll find that you'll get far better results coming out of ownership transactions in businesses, because the shareholders and the managers at those higher levels inside those businesses are better able to make better decisions. Those businesses become more successful. Of course, more jobs are created, and it supports economic growth.
Yeah. Now, the other issue that you've mentioned earlier is that corruption plays a part sometimes to undermine BEE efforts. That's what you believe, and you advocate for proper implementation of this. And one of that is transparency by accounting to the public. Do you think that's feasible?
Well, it may not be easy, but I think it would definitely make a difference, and it would certainly ensure that the kinds of enterprise development initiatives that are implemented are more effective. It's very easy at the moment to hide a kickback to somebody that you're friends with inside an enterprise development contribution. It's also very easy to just give money out for the sake of getting the points. So if we open that up and made the enterprise development beneficiaries public, what you will find, and not just the beneficiaries, but the initiatives that were run with them. So not just the points on the scorecard, but we want to publicly know who were those beneficiaries, what interventions were done, what were the value of those interventions, and what were the outcomes achieved for those businesses. Then we'll start to see enterprise and supply developments on the BEE scorecard make a real difference to the businesses who need it most.
You said earlier, as we conclude, Lee, that it looks like the BEE's approach as a tick-box exercise. The country has been down this road from 1996 when the Act came into being, and it's transformed and amended over time to become broad-based. If you would advise companies, what would be the thing that will make it really authentic and begin to shift the needle in the right way? What would you say?
Right, so authentic implementation is, some examples, provide procurement opportunities to the small businesses who need it most. But the problem with just providing procurement opportunities in a vacuum is that these small businesses may not have the skills to be able to administer their businesses properly. Now, that's not necessarily through any fault of their own. They're probably strong technically with what they do on a day-to-day basis. So we're working on a program, for example, with SAICA, where we're helping to focus on compliance for these businesses, where we're focusing particularly on financial compliance and tax compliance. The finance minister made a point during the heart of lockdown that there is the need for bringing more businesses out of the informal sector and formalizing them. So tax compliance, understanding financial principles, and understanding management principles is part of supporting a business. So that has to happen in conjunction with procurement opportunities and all the other BEE programs that other companies apply.
Thank you very much. Lee du Preez, the MD of BEE Innovation. His comments after President Ramaphosa last night also mentioned that broad-based black economic empowerment is going nowhere. It won't be reversed. It has to be implemented faster. The President calling for acceleration of broad-based black economic empowerment. Now,